Welcome back to Four Voices, One Vault, a Pathfinder 2nd edition actual play following Death's Quartet as they dig up secrets in the town of Otari and the wilds beyond. Meet Frank, a human barbarian with a face like a gravel road and a temper to match.
I'll shoot him.
Hold on 1 second, Frank.
But if he decides you matter, he'll move mountains to protect you. Saffi, a catfolk rogue and former circus acrobat, her flips and tricks now turned into the stealthy pickpocketing of those who can afford it, or as she calls it, redistributing wealth.
Because we can.
More, a half-elf cleric who loves nature so much he'd rather share a tent with mosquitoes than a bed at an inn. Drawn across the sea to Otari by a purpose even he's still piecing together.
He sounds like a total MF.
And Gothwin, a human alchemist who ditched a life of obligations in a far-off land to blow things up, scientifically of course, alongside his greatest invention, Cheba, a robotic cat built to be less tool and more sentient troublemaker.
This sweet music.
You'll hear this sound when one of the players crit, and this one when a player misses. Grab your dice, mind the traps, and let's see what the Vault has in store tonight.
All right then. We basically went to the house where we were told a woman tried setting it on fire and discovered that it was the house of Jensen and that he was studying a role to be a chaotic god that liked to burn shit down. We came across a hellhound and a fire wisp and realized that the fire wisp was giving everybody in the vicinity that did fire damage a buff. So we ended up taking out the fire wisp and the hellhound just for what appeared to be that god. What was its name? Hold on. Lebeku. What appeared to be Lebeku, but we were able to ascertain that it was actually just the restless spirit of Jensen, who felt as if his work was incomplete, and we convinced him that he did a great job being Lebeku because he convinced a woman to burn a house down, and that was enough to put his soul at rest to be able to end combat, and we were able to obtain that house. That's what I remember. Anybody else?
Yeah, that's where Gothwin left.
Yeah, that's all true. And then after we're moving the 2 kobolds I saved, and there's 6 kids into one of the rooms in the house, and they're gonna help us fix it up for free. And they're gonna be like,
I remember that.
Our little slaves.
Okay, I remember that.
Also, we found a cat in the house, King Chonk, a lady cat named King Chonk. She has some magic. She has like some magical properties, which is why she was able to live in the house all by herself, the burnt out house, for a while. So she's joining our little house crew. Another kitty.
Oh, I can't wait to start speaking to it.
Cats for days. And then what did you guys do with your downtime?
I went and put runes in the whip claw. Woo! So when I went to Blades for Glades to put the runes in my whip claw, I noticed that Carmen Ranjani reeked of booze. Absolutely reeked of booze. Apparently had a pretty long night the night before. And I don't know, seemed really out of it. And Amicia, his daughter, was behind the counter, and when I approached, she was very much acting like she did not want me to say anything to him about it. So I didn't. I just kind of eyeballed him to see, just to kind of get some more details about his appearance and things. And I'm waiting on the runes in my whip claw to finish. I'm going to go back and do some more investigating as to what his deal is right now.
All right. So that's one. What did you guys do? What did Frank and I'll do?
I went to the mill to get some additional supplies for building up our house. In the current state of disrepair, the mayor told us that we could speak to the Squibbles and the owner of the mill. I forget exactly who runs it, but we have connected with getting supplies for building our house, and we purchased the supplies, and people are going to come build it up for us.
It cost you guys 15 gold apiece. If I remember correctly, it was Wednesday at about 2 p.m. when you guys all got back and started working on the house, and it was going to take the full 2 days before the Founders Festival to get that done. Can I have a crafting check from everyone.
Let's go, 25, baby. Don't worry, guys. As long as we're not in combat, I can actually roll dice. Don't worry.
Don't worry, guys. When I'm not in combat, I can't roll dice, but when I'm in combat, I can.
And what was this roll for, Cody?
This is
Right.
working on the house.
Yeah, to see how well we put a house together.
I would just take it that if Cheba was going to be helping at all, he would just take my roll.
Well, yeah,
Just
no,
do
I
one.
mean, Chuba's not going to be able to actually be doing much actual crafting. He's going to be,
Moral support. He's moral support.
yeah. He
Actually, I'm gonna.
he can bring like tools and stuff.
Yeah, but you know what? Maybe if he hangs out with an actual cat, maybe he'll be more cat-like and less robot-like.
I mean, you're not wrong.
So
That
I
makes
want
sense.
him to go learn how to be a cat.
Why? So in combat, he can just look at you and just like wag his tail and just like lay down and not do anything.
No, I want him to get right in the eye line of the enemy and show it his butthole.
Just sit down on, just, like rub his butthole on everything that the enemy has.
Hey, science proves that cats' buttholes don't fucking touch the things they sit on. Science has proved it.
That's so funny.
But with a glass table and letting a cat sit down on a glass table, their fur is a buffer between their butthole and the thing they're sitting on.
So all you're saying is I have to shave a cat's asshole, so that way there's no fur there, and then they'll touch.
Yes, we're 5 minutes into the session and we're already talking about cat's asshole.
I mean, sounds like we're doing the right things. And so I'm still waiting on a roll from Saffi.
There it is.
Oh, fuck yeah. That worked out really well.
let's go.
Okie dokie. All right.
It was
Yay.
right as a cleric's holy symbol. Holy shit.
So as Clor is, directing traffic, he's got his 5 guys there, and the kobolds are there, Greenie and Fiver, helping carry things to and from. And Frank is trying to direct Fiver and Greenie, but he has no idea what he's doing. But he's making progress go backwards. I don't know if it's his aversion to like dealing with the lumber because of his love for nature, or like what it is about him that's making him
Yeah, I was
struggle.
tired, okay?
What was that?
I was tired, okay?
Yeah, well, he's struggling. He's like, when he picks something up to carry it, he's like tripping and falling and dropping it and knocking over other shit. It's like basically a Three Stooges routine with him. But Saffi and Gothwin, on the other hand, I mean, multiple times Court goes to do something and Gothwin and Saffi have already done it and then done the next step and then went back and checked that thing again. They're like so far and away. They're basically, those two are like all 5 of the guys from the mill. And so even though Frank and Ma are not doing much at all, matter of fact, they might be doing stuff in the wrong direction, you guys you guys still end up getting the house completely squared away by the evening of Friday. Saffi already talked about wanting to go pick up her weapons and not really talk to them. You already paid for them, so just basically go pick them up, and that was going to be on Friday as well. So you can go ahead and handle that. Frank, if you'd like, you can give me a couple perception checks for the evenings for your knife throwing to see if you notice anything out of the ordinary. And Gothwin, you can give me another crafting check to see if you actually successfully get that thing created that you were working on.
Do you want
It's
it
only
to be
2 nights,
a
right?
secret roll or just private or public? Does it matter? I would know, right?
Yes, you would know. Yours is public. Frank, yes, 2 nights. All right, so Gothwin, the first night, as you're working on this with Magiloy, you guys are making steady progress, not ahead of schedule at all. And you definitely have a lot of work to do with the next crafting check, but you are on pace to get it done for the Founders Festival. While you guys are working on said thing, your tunnel vision tonic, Magiloy starts bringing up the fact that you also need to get the explosives done for the play that she asked you about. And so because you have to get both of those things done, this check was a 16. Like literally you made it dead on, right?
Oh.
The next check, because you have to get both of those things done, you have to get a 19.
All right. Let's see if we can't get. Here we go. No hero point. No hero point. Okay, we're using a hero point. What
Wow.
the fuck?
Wow. All right. So
Oh my god, do something fucking important, man.
Well, at least you used the better of the two, right?
yes, you're gonna have use the other one. I'm not gonna make you use a one when you use the hero point. That's a terrible rule.
You don't want me to lose a hand before fucking bow and arrow competition?
No, I absolutely do not.
And,
So with the 11, as you guys were working, because you didn't do anything when everybody else was getting ready to work on the house. Saffi went and handled their weapons. Frank went and talked to Longsaddle about the kobolds, and Maul went to procure the lumber and the labor. So you weren't necessarily doing anything. The festival is on Saturday. So Wednesday was your first 16. 11 is your Thursday roll. And with the 11, you end up having not made much progress at all. And it gets Magiloy a little bit dissuaded. And so she wants to work on something that's fun for her, that she knows she can get done, and that has a time limit. Because the only time limit for her is to get the explosives done for the play. And so with the 11, you have enough time to get that done on that night. And so with your Friday roll, you'll need a 19 again. But if you get the 19, then you'll make it. And I see, Frank, I see your 2 perception checks, and I'm going to come back to those. And with a 25 on Friday, you end up making one of the tonics that we talked about.
Oops.
Yes, and you also made the explosives for the play, and you will be expected to help put them up and to set them off during the play. With the 25, you are more than welcome to put a little special something in there that you can describe during the play. You can think about it until we get to that point.
What is the play about?
Do you ask Magiloy that as you guys are making them?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I realize that I've been selfish this entire time, and Magiloy's really been helping me, and she took me in when she really didn't need to, and I should probably show some interest in her interests because she is most likely the first friend I've made.
No, and so what she's interested in is brewing, which is why she doesn't feel like you've been being selfish, because she loves talking about what she does. She loves doing what she does. She really has a passion for it. And then, Kalian, the god, literally became a god on this exact island. And he was basically a pirate with a heart of gold who touched the Starstone and earned his godhood. So he is the god of revelry and fun and things of that nature. So her inn and tavern is a shrine to him. But because of who Kalian is, Otari Elvashti, the rogue of the Roseguard, the namesake of the town that you guys are staying in, he was as close to another version of Kalian that never ascended to godhood as they've seen on Kortos. He started off as a pirate and through circumstance ended up going down a far more noble road. And so she tells you about Otari, the person, how he joined the Roseguard, and she tells you that the story of Otari, as well as all 4 of the Roseguard members, where they came from, how they got started, how they became the Roseguard, how they battled Belcora, and how they founded the town, is what the play is about. It is the history of the Roseguard and their upbringing, founding, and then, saving Absalom from Belcora.
Then I guess I would like to create a final big bang that is in the shape of the sigil of the Roseguard for Magiloy. And I don't want to tell her about it. I just want the big last bang to be bam, and it's the sigil of the Roseguard.
As we're doing the play later on, you can tell me when it goes off. And so, Frank, as you are doing your nightly knife throwing outside of the Rowdy Rockfish, as you promised to Brelda, first and foremost, after you guys are done working, building the house, when you start to head that way, Greenie immediately comes up to you and is like,
can I come with you to the Rowdy Rockfish?
because she really misses Brelda already. And so
I really want to practice my tarts. I'm gonna get those right. I'm gonna make tarts for you guys in the house. They're gonna be delicious.
Oh yeah, let's go.
All right. Greenie heads over that way with you towards the Rowdy Rockfish, and you get there. You do your normal hangout until right around close, and then go out there and start to throw your knife. And as is the case in both of the nights, you notice that the Kordos Consortium members go to the Crook's Nook, and Carmen arrives right afterwards. And the following night, Carmen goes to the Crook's Nook. Kordos Consortium members follow right afterwards.
The first night, they show up, the Kordos Consortium members show up first, and then Carmen shows up. But the second night, Carmen gets there first, then they show up.
Yeah. But they both show up to the Crook's Nook around the same time. As each other both nights. And then you also notice that, they don't leave at the same time, but again, within 5 to 15 minutes of each other, they both depart the Crook's Nook. It doesn't seem like Carmen is drunk either one of these nights. And we're talking about Thursday and Friday now. The only reason Kyle had 3 rolls is because he didn't do anything on Wednesday. And you guys all did that.
Who else was with Carmen?
The 2 Kordos Consortium members. You guys don't know their names yet. You also notice, give me a society check.
Is this on night 3 or night 4? Before this check, that I'm noticing something up.
The thing, you're going to notice this regardless on the first of the 2 nights, on Thursday night. All right, so you see an older, white-haired elven woman. She seems to be dressed fairly well, and she leaves the Crow's Cast, heads over towards the Crook's Nook as the Kordos Consortium members are leaving after Carmen had already left. And you see the 3 of them, well, the 2 of them, because again, the dwarf, she never opens her mouth. You see the Tengu and this elven woman in fine clothes, all green, with like a pair of like leather goggles over on the top of her head, and you see them going back and forth. The Tengu seems to be very matter of fact, and the elven woman gets more and more distraught throughout the conversation, and then eventually the conversation ends. The Tengu walks away with the dwarf. Both Kordos Consortium members don't even turn around. They just methodically trudge towards their destination, whereas the elven woman just kind of stands there, drops her shoulders, looks up at the sky for a second. You see her like compose herself, and then she strides away in the opposite direction, in like towards like northwest part of the town.
No, she like turned around and not even went to the Crook's Nook. She went towards.
Yeah.
Weird. Are you gonna go somewhere and then run into people, talk, and then go somewhere else? She is sketchy.
But for the most part, other than seeing an abnormal amount of activity, because people are going to and fro, getting set up for the festival that's coming up. They're setting up tents over near the Otari market. And there's a lot of supplies coming in on the docks. Few traders that have braved the roads have a retinue of guards with them, because these bandits are definitely getting out of hand. And as such, the town is pretty lively, but you don't necessarily notice anything else that seems like you would make note of it in either night.
Sounds good.
And you do, because that happened on Thursday night. On Friday, prior to the second perception check that you did, I will allow you to make another society check, because you are around a lot of people helping get your house ready. And so you can talk to them if you'd like to try and find out who that woman is. And so as you are working throughout the course of the day, and being that crafting check rolls over, because it's the entirety of the working, some of the mill workers and or especially think that they'd rather have you talking than actually trying to contribute, because you not only are not super effective yourself, but the kobolds basically worship you, and so they hang on every word that you say. And so Clort, when he hears you asking these questions, immediately walks over and starts to inform you that, That's Lady Alimora Inkleholtz. She's the owner of the Whistledown Cutters, one of the other major Otari lumber companies, one of the Cordo's Consortium and Mayor Osif's competition. Although she has to pay Osif for use of the mill and the water flume, so he would lose money if she went under.
So I can't kill her.
Do you say that?
No. All right. Well,
She's
good
the
to know.
owner of Whistledown Cutters. What else is she?
She's the owner of the Whistledown Cutters.
yeah, she's a member of the Cordos. So
No, she's not a member of the Cordo's Consortium. Well, not that Clort is saying. That's not what Clort's saying to you. Clort is saying that there's 3 major lumber companies in Otari, and then the Cordo's Consortium when it comes to lumber procurement and distribution throughout Quartos and the Inner Sea region. And Whistledown Cutters, Otari Lumber Company are 2 of the 3, and then there's Cordo's Consortium. So they're all in the same business. But both the Whistledown Cutters and the third of the Otari Lumber Companies have to pay Osif Menhims for the log flume and the use of the mill to break down the lumber, because his ancestor built a log flume, Malachi Menhims. All right. Now, Ma, you've been very, very quiet, and Saffi, other than picking up your weapon, you haven't really done anything. Now, obviously, you guys are mostly going to be doing, your crafting for the house for those 2 days, but, you can make one, like, society or knowledge, for studying type of check if you'd like.
Wanted to kind of find out more about the missing Osprey Club members a little bit, just kind of wanting to know when their last whereabouts were.
All right.
If anybody knows of that at all.
So you can go to the Crook's Nook and you can talk to Yin Yasmira in the evening, because there's not going to be anybody that's going to be able to answer those questions that's helping at the house. And so when you go in there and you start talking to her and you ask her about these Osprey Club members that are missing, she tells you they came here, the 4 of them, and they got some of my husband's fish cakes. They said they can't travel without the fish cakes. They didn't have a big boat and they headed northwest. So I'm assuming they went to the Fog Fen, but I honestly couldn't tell you. One of them is a complete moron, and the other ones just kind of follow along.
You don't think that they could have, are they any good at sailing? Any good at, what was their intention of going to, leaving? What were they telling you that they were going to do?
They insinuated that they had found some map lead them to treasure.
A treasure map?
A treasure map.
Okay. Good to know.
Something along the lines of nobody's ventured so close because of some god of some pantheon that I'm not familiar with. Something about a temple, and even just as temples can be corrupt. I don't know.
So they were searching for the treasure map, and that they were talking about a temple? That's where the treasure map was, or that's where the treasure map was leading them to?
The treasure map led to an area near the temple, which they assumed had never been looted because said temple was off-putting to the masses.
Okay. Well, thank you, Yin Yasmira. Do you have any questions for me?
Just because you're not staying here anymore doesn't mean I can't call on you for favors, right?
I am at your disposal whenever you need me.
And in the festival, do you want to play Otari, or do you want me to take it? I enjoy playing the role, but I've done it the last 3 years in a row.
You play the role.
I will gladly take the role. And with that, she just gets back to bartending. The Crook's Nook is always pretty busy, as you know.
Yes.
And for you, Ma.
And so I guess I'd use society check to check on the runes that I was looking into to see if anybody has would know about the runes that we captured from the dungeon that we went down into.
Yeah.
I've been looking at with the wizard.
Give me a society check. All right. So where do you head in the evening? What of the places? Do you go see Whirlwind? Who do you talk to?
The proprietor of the magic shop.
The Morlabin.
Morlabin? Yeah, Morlabin. Okay.
Yeah. So Morlabint is the owner of Odd Stories, which sells scrolls and wands and books. And Rin Savinsky is the proprietor of Rin's Oddities, which has various magic items. One is more learned and one is more eccentric. Rin is the eccentric spellcaster and Carl is Morlabint is the very learned, studied spellcaster. Which one do you want to go see?
The more learned spellcaster.
Okay, so when you go see Carl Morlabint, he just tells you more of the same when it comes to Zarmabdian and those runes. He does tell you that Zarmabdian's tome is in a bookstore in Absalom, that he knows it's there. And he tells you that if at some point you wanted to take the trip, he knows the proprietor and he could send a note to at least help them separate it from themselves, allow you guys to procure it, but it still would not be the easiest of things. And given the discovery, you seem to just accidentally stumble across the right passage when you have the information in the workshop. Just going there to get copies and transcribe what is in his tome wouldn't necessarily. He feels like having the tome in the workshop would probably be what at some point he'd want to do if he could, given the chance.
Okay. Well, I'd say to Carl that's a great idea. We'll take him up on the offer. We could check it out sometime, or could work with whatever connect he has there to send the books here, or whatever ways we can accumulate that knowledge.
Bet.
I do see that upstairs has a king bed, and that's mine. Especially since there's stuffies on it. It's got stuffed animals. It's meant for me.
Take one of the smaller rooms, so that way I'm next to the kobolds.
I'll take.
Do you want the room where the cat was found?
Yeah. Which one's that one?
It's this room over here on the right. So this is the room over here that had the cat, that we found the cat in, down here.
Oh, okay.
This one with the desk and everything.
Yeah, sick. Hooray! King Chong. Nice, the kitty room.
Have you asked King Chunk what his actual name is yet, Saffi?
So, King Chonk is a she-her, apparently,
Okay.
but prefers to go by King Chonk. That's her name. That's it.
Okay.
And then Cody also said that the cat doesn't really communicate like that.
Okay.
Yeah. She can't speak Amarund or whatever it is, cat language, but she is expressive, and there's definitely magical properties because she was able to live on her own
Okay.
in the house without anyone for a year or whatever it was. What's outside? I'm gonna go back outside, do a little roaming. Oh, there's a back door, isn't there?
Yeah, I think it's in the top right corner of the bottom. Or top right corner of the bottom floor. Yeah. That's where you snuck in and killed somebody.
Yeah.
Sneak in through the back door.
He's not in the back door, Brian. Should I let him in?
All right. Does everybody know the 3 events they're gonna do?
Fuck is a caber?
I think that's their version of midget.
No way, you're just tossing small little creatures? That's crazy.
You guys know what a caber toss is, right? You guys really don't know what a caber toss is?
No.
No.
Oh, it's
That's why we're asking.
Not in the slightest.
It's a Highland Games event. You ever see the Scottish dudes flip the big ass log?
Oh, so we're not. A caber isn't a mythical creature that we're tossing?
No, it's a big ass 20-foot long, 180-pound log that you try and flip.
Whoops. Okay. Saffi's not doing that.
Saffi really wanted to toss midget mythical creatures.
If I can't disrespect tiny people, I'm not about it.
Damn, then you go and you call a midget a tiny person. See how they feel about that.
Dude,
Small. Oh, small.
if we're talking a dwarf of a dwarf or a dwarf of a halfling, I don't think little person cuts it. I really don't.
Littlest person.
Yeah,
littlest.
I think it's disrespectful to a dwarf, a human with dwarfism, to call a halfling with dwarfism the same thing.
Fair enough.
Like, I feel like it would be a tiny person.
Yeah, so we should go just call them Cabers.
Neighbors! All right, what are we all doing?
I'm doing archery, and I'm
Kyle
gonna
and
try
I have to do the knife throwing. We got pulled into that.
and I think I may also try the wild cow milking. Actually, no. You know what? For my third one, I'm gonna do the obstacle course. That sounds fun.
So I'm going to do the knife throwing, the tree chopping, and the wrestling. Wrestling and boxing.
Well, it's one or the other. Which one would you rather? Do you think you'd be better at grappling, which is an athletics check, or unarmed strikes? Probably the same.
Obviously, nope. Athletics. It's +8 for athletics. Unarmed attacks is +4.
All right, so yeah, you definitely want to do wrestling.
Yeah.
And so knife throwing, tree chopping, wrestling for Frank. Gothwin is knife throwing, archery,
Archery and obstacle course.
obstacle course.
Parkour.
Saffi also is doing the obstacle course, right?
Yes.
And then what else are you
Obstacle
doing?
course, music and dance competition. Turtle racing is intriguing me. Throw a few bets on turtle racing. I think I'm gonna do. So I have obstacle course, music and dance, and then I guess knife throwing.
You want to do the knife throwing as well?
Yeah.
All right. So this left room with the chair in here, I guess this is going to be the Cobalt's room because I'm taking the top right corner. Looks like Ma's taking the room next to me. Saffi's going to take the room where we found King Chonk, and Gothwin wants the room with the king-size bed with stuffed animals.
I mean, I was just joking. I don't care what room I take.
Well,
no, I
mean,
don't care either.
That would work out really well. And so knife throwing is the third one for Saffi. And Ma, what are you doing?
I'm also going to be doing the obstacle course, trying to parkour on something that looks fun as fuck. And I'm going to be doing the riddling contest in.
Trying to go to the bathroom to take a shit, but it won't let me.
And the mushroom hut. All right.
Oh, there we go. There we go. I got it. Tried to open the door.
You better courtesy flush.
It looks like it's an outhouse. Doesn't look like it has like plumbing.
Christ.
Why are there barrels next to the toilet?
It's full of poo-poo. Those are my poo barrels.
I think right here, right? Next to the dining hall. You know, it's like an old school toilet.
Yeah, that looks like a bathroom.
Pipado.
Oh, we got to set up the fake beers and the real beers so that way we can get Carmen really drunk before it.
Yes, you do. So give me a. You're gonna give me a crafting check right now.
Both me and Kyle, right? Because Kyle's helping me with this. Or
Yeah.
me and Gothwin.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you can give him an aid action.
And I need you to do the crafting check because you have like the +8. I have +0.
You could carry
Yeah, you have strength.
while he's doing all of the minute stuff. Athletics done.
All right, yeah. We'll do that. I'll do all the heavy lifting and then. Why is he doing a crafting check though? Because we already have the alcoholic or the non-alcoholic beers in the alcoholic bottles.
No, you guys didn't do that yet. You just bought them.
Oh. Okay, so I will do all the heavy lifting while Kyle does the crafting for the new bottles.
So give me an athletic check. And obviously you can see this because if you drop it, you drop it. Yeah. So you obviously give him a +1 bonus.
Thank God we turned that 20 to a 25.
Well, I'll be goddamned.
So, yeah, I mean, you do it incredibly well. They look damn near perfect. Your beers do, at least. When you guys do your thievery, stealth, or deception roll later on,
Okay.
you'll get a +1 circumstance bonus.
And who are we fighting against? Forget.
We're just getting Carmen really drunk before the knife throwing contest, so we have an edge.
Yeah.
We're gonna be quote unquote drinking with them, but our beers are gonna be non-alcoholic.
So, we are going to move on to the Founders Day Festival.
Day.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Founders Day. Day. We're very happy to see you all here.
Ooh, I capitalized the I and T in it. Very spooky.
Talk about it. Has anybody else watched Welcome to Derry?
Fucking
Phenomenal
love it.
show.
Yeah, my parents
Phenomenal.
listening.
Bro, dude, it's got dick in it.
Yeah.
Really good then. Show probably fucking slaps if it's got dick in it.
Yep. Dick is definitely slapping in that.
Yo, Dick be slapping super hard in that show. I love him.
I mean, there's no doubt about it, bro. So, to the Founders Festival we go. As you can see, the whole town is here, or at least all the people whom you value are here. We're gonna start off with the mushroom hunt.
Can I take those beers out of my inventory?
But yes, you can go up to him and do your. So the order of events as it pertains to you guys is mushroom hunt is first, wrestling is second, music and dance is third, archery competition is fourth, riddling competition is fifth, tree chopping competition is sixth, the obstacle course is seventh, and the knife throwing competition is the eighth thing that we will be doing before the Founders Day Festival moves on to the performance and then to the announcements and speeches of the mayoral candidates. So if one of you guys is in an event and another one of you guys is not in an event, you are more than welcome to do something role-playing wise. Try not to steal the spotlight from the person in the event. Oh, you can also do activities. That's what it was. Role-playing or like going up and doing activities, challenging someone to something, one of the activities.
Armin, looks like you need a drink. Would you like a beer?
I think we should all have a beer because the three of us, we're not the greatest of friends, but I think this is a friendly competition and it's Founders Day. I think we should all enjoy ourselves. Plus, no matter who else is in that, the three of us stand a better chance than anyone else.
One of you two give him a deception check, or give me a deception check. So he looks at you warily and takes a beer out of your hand and goes, "Whoa, couple can't hurt. It's pretty early anyway." Just tilts it back, drinks the first one, and then just walks back to his conversation with the Tengu over by these blue tents that have incense for sale.
Well, if you want any more, here you go. And I give him 2 cases of the rest of the 2 cases of alcoholic beer, knowing that he can't help himself and he's going to drink it all by the time the knife throwing contest happens.
Sounds good.
We just walk away. And then I toss out the rest of the non-alcoholic beer somewhere where no one can see me.
Oh, you don't even drink it?
Well,
No, don't do that. Don't do it. He's gonna. Yeah, we need to keep the ruse going. You can't just throw our beers away. He's gonna notice
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
He's an
true.
alcoholic. He's not stupid.
Well, I left. I'm not in that group with you anymore.
All right. So for the mushroom,
Is anyone else doing that? Or is it just me?
it is just you.
Alrighty.
So I want you to give me 3 rolls of nature, survival, or perception. You can give me 3 of one, you can give me 1 of each, whatever you want. And these don't have to be secret. And if you roll them secret, then I'll change them so you can see them.
It doesn't give me an option to designate whether it is secret or not, so I'm just going to roll through.
All right. Yeah.
And I have the highest in perception, so I'm going to be a bitch and roll 3. You know what? I'm going to roll 1 in nature. Great. It's nature, perception, or survival.
Yes. Whoa. Those are your 3 checks. So you rolled extremely well. Now you spotted the golden mushroom, which normally would allow you to pivot to get a huge bonus in points if you go for it, but it's got a way higher DC. It's got a 25 DC to get it. But I'm gonna tell you right now that
You got that bitch.
you prior to the golden mushroom, you already had enough points to firmly be in silver. And then with your final roll being a 24, I mean, you're gonna get gold unless someone magically gets the golden mushroom.
You can destroy the mushroom
What? Why would you want to do that?
so no one else can get it and he can win gold.
Well, if he can
Well, no,
destroy
he's-
it, then he can just get it.
No, he's just gonna get gold. He can go for the golden mushroom if he wants, but even he gets 0 points if he doesn't get that 25. And he rolled a 28, a 23, and a 24.
Leave it.
But it's up to him. He can go for the golden mushroom if he wants. That's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah.
I'll just go with the most guaranteed victory. Well,
Of just grabbing your top tier mushrooms without, even though you see the golden mushroom, you just kind of let it lead you to better mushrooms that are easier to attain, and you just kind of run away with the competition.
is this something, I guess, that they're aware of, or is it just a marked gold mushroom, or is there like, does the person keep it or something? Like, is there anything special about it?
No, it's just a pretty golden mushroom.
Then I would just keep my balls again.
All right. And so as you come back with, tell us about your swath of mushrooms that you brought back. What do they look like? What do they taste like? What are they good for? What'd you bring back that's so good that Warlowan walks up to you and hands you 10 gold pieces for winning the event?
Well, they are like, I have these massive, big handfuls of morsels of mushrooms, so it's not like individual pieces. They're sprouting out from like one knot, like perfect, like bulk wise. So it's not like just individual little poopy pieces. Like the quality is there in terms of these big, bulky, silverish, toadstool looking mushrooms, big one.
And what are they? Are they eating mushrooms? Are they good looking mushrooms? Are they tripping mushrooms? What kind of mushrooms did you bring back?
I guess I'm not certain. They just look really, really pretty, and they're unique, at least in that aspect.
Yeah, pretty mushrooms. That works. That is that's valid.
So while the mushroom hunt was going on, I'm just staring, sipping on my beer, just trying to stare down fucking MFer.
So during the mushroom hunt, after you give him the beer, you're just staring down MFer as he's hanging out over there with Longsaddle and that other guy.
So I walked away from Carmen because Carmen seemed like he was talking with the members of the consortium. So
Heard. Bet.
So did Maul win the mushroom hunt?
He did. He won the mushroom hunt. Warlowan came up and gave him 10 gold pieces for bringing back, and he still hasn't told us if they're eating mushrooms, tripping mushrooms. Said they're pretty, but he said they're little morsels.
I guess
He didn't tell us. Are they glowing?
Yeah, glowing silver mushrooms. But
Yeah.
I don't really know what they do. Like, so I guess.
Well, you can hold
I
on
mean-
to them, and you can do some downtime research on that if you'd like. You could put them in your inventory.
I guess I'll say while that's happening, if the crafting activity is available, I'd go and do that.
All right. Bet. So the crafting activity or the crafting competition, there's many categories, all judged, all sold. Players can enter the crafting show with your own creations, or you can make a crafting check retroactively if you would have been working on something. So you can.
Okay. So
Tell me.
I mean, the only creation I have is Cheba, and I'm not willing to part with him. So I guess I would craft something on the fly.
Yeah, bet. And what would you craft on the fly? What are you thinking?
I want to try to make a arrow glider, something that allows you to maintain gliding from after like jumping off of a high surface.
Well,
Or does that have
That's-
to be something like really small?
Well, I mean, that's something that you can work on, but that's not something that you would be able to whip together
Okay.
during the course of a festival, especially if you're
You know
trying
what?
to do anything else.
Okay, then I would like to craft a music box that maybe the music that plays out of it is something that has to do with the history of Otari. If there's like a national anthem or something like that, that people would recognize the towns or the sounds of like the calliope I'd be building inside of it going off.
All right, so give me a crafting check and a performance check, unless you can get someone else to do the performance check for you to actually like have the song.
I'm gonna go
onto
up to Saffi, and I'm going to ask her if she'd be willing, if she has any account of any kind of music that might be relative to Otari, if she can think of anything that might help complete what I'm trying to accomplish.
So essentially, you're just looking to figure out what music to add to your music box that you're crafting?
Yeah, I feel like if it's something that has to do with the heritage of Otari, it might do a little bit better than just a random song.
Yeah. Roni, can I do like a knowledge check or whatever? Would that help?
It'd be a performance, right?
You can
Performance?
you can use performance.
Okay, let me do that. Performance. It's a blind roll.
So you know a popular nursery rhyme. It's about all you know, but it may work because it is when the fog is creeping and the moon is low, when the town is sleeping, Gauntlight starts to glow. That's when she arises for her midnight lunch. Naughty kids are prizes for her teeth to crunch. But if you obey me and obey the rules, you're safe from Belcora. She just eats the fools. Which is a classic nursery rhyme concerning the evil sorceress that was defeated to found Otari.
Perfect.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna roll my crafting check now. What the fuck, dude?
Do you have
Alright.
an hero point?
I don't think he does.
I just want to say that that's my second natural one of the fucking session.
Actually, then you do, because you got one for that natural one, and you start with one. So yeah, you do have one. You'll be getting rid of this one, so you won't get one for this one, but you can re-roll that with your.
You guys, we only roll ones or 20s.
You want
Yeah,
me to-
only ones are... There we go. Shit, I got it. One again. And I'll take it an 18. Not great, not terrible.
So as of thus far, because we're really early, we're only one event deep in the events for the day. Thus far, it is a very nice music box. Saffi might have known a local lullaby, but when you listen to it, it doesn't sound the greatest. It looks great. It's crafted really well, but the song itself is a little off. But as of right now, there's been nothing even close to just the workmanship that it takes to make a music box as of yet. So, with that, we're going to move on to the wrestling competition. Wrestling, which will be Frank.
Yeah, do I need to do like an intimidation check for staring down MFR?
Being that only one event has went on, and during that event you already went over and gave beer and talked to Carmen, and the next event is literally your event. I mean, maybe, but not yet, because you just haven't had enough time to actually do anything, really. You walked in, immediately went over to Carmen during the mushroom hunt, which was only 15 minutes in the woods. So it's like you brought 2 cases of beer over there, drank beer with Carmen, came back, not that much time. Now it's wrestling.
Yeah. Okay.
And so this is a tournament. And basically what we're going to do is you are going to compete against 3 opponents. It's going to be best out of 5, and it's just going to be straight up athletics checks against each other. And so your first round opponent, well, that's not a good start for you because he has a +5 bonus. And so that is a 24 that you have to beat for the first of the best of 5.
Believe in you, Frank.
All right,
no.
so for the first one, you're down 0-1.
I'm down 1.
Why did I just roll for Maw? I have no idea. But that is just a flat d20 with a +5, and that's only a 9. So even though it's not from Maw, from me. And so it is 1-1 right now. Ooh, I rolled twice, so I rolled a 15 and a 7.
This is to go against your 15.
And that's 25. That is obviously a win. So you are up 2-1.
This is to go against the 7.
Hell yeah.
And that is a critical hit to go up 3-1, which would have been a win anyway. So you move on to the next round. This opponent, same rules, except it is a +7 that this guy has. So first roll, so that's 17. 1-0 Frank. And again, oof, 10.
Jesus.
And that is going to be 2-0 Frank, and that is a crit. So we're going to move straight on to the final round, the gold medal event. This guy has a +9, so that's a 23.
Is that a crit for the other guy? No, right?
No, it's not a crit.
Okay, I'll go down. And it's best of 5 still, right?
Yep,
All right, I'll take that roll.
heard. Ooh, this one is only a 16.
I will redo that roll because that's what I'm using my hero point on.
It's a good move.
And with that, it's 1-1. And we'll go again. Ooh, that's a 25. 2-1 in favor of the challenger. Ooh, That's only 17. This is it. This is everything. This is the entire competition. The wrestling match comes down to the wire. And you're going to need to get a crit. And you're in second place.
Damn.
So
Damn, you suck, dude.
it's going back and forth. And that last takedown, what he does to end up winning the match is...
Thumb in the butt.
Nah, it's just a slick trip. He rope-a-dopes you, gets you pushing in, and then he catches you with like a throw-by like trip where he catches your ankle on the way by, follows you, and it's almost unfulfilling even for him.
The whole time I'm just shouting from the stands, give him the old dick twist! Take his dick and twist it!
Take it.
I would have tried it if I knew you were yelling that. In that final round, I would have tried it.
Do you want to know who it was?
Yeah.
It was MFer who got gold.
You're fucking kidding me.
No.
See, had I known I was going against him, I would have stared at him first. Wait, I don't get a conditional bonus for him running away that night at the dinner or
No.
anything? He ran away scared of me, dude. He was scared of me.
I mean, he was frustrated and didn't like the way that you were looking at him for sure. But I mean,
I had him running away with his pants in a bunch.
that doesn't mean that he's not actually strong though.
I know, but it would make him question himself during the match, I feel.
Well, I'll tell you right now that if I went off of his actual stats, then yes, you did get a bonus. And he only had a +9 because he had a negative from that.
Damn, so he was plus 10?
I don't think we should fuck with MFer.
Oh, I'm going to kill this motherfucker. I'm killing him. He beat me in wrestling? No, I'm killing him.
The refs rigged that. I watched it from the stand.
Yeah, no, he's a strong guy. He's a strong guy. As of right now, yeah, no, you can give me a society recall knowledge check to see if you can get an inkling of like how strong he actually is, like normally.
So I walk away from the wrestling competition pissed off because I lost, but also deep down I know eventually it's going to be me versus him in some sort of combat, and that's where I'm going to get my real win.
So with your society check from talking to people and hearing about what he's actually capable of and then feeling his strength and like seeing how easily when it came down to it, he just kind of made it happen. You hear that the intimidation was significant. It's not possible for you to actually do that much of a debuff to somebody. Not even close.
All right. All I'm saying is I'm going to start training myself in unarmed combat. When we have to fight this guy, I'm taking him one-on-one in unarmed combat.
Yeah, athletics is his best stat, and he is well into the double digits for his bonus normally.
Damn.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's super early. You guys haven't even gotten into the meat. But anyway, after all of that drama, the next competition is the music and dance competition.
All right.
I was thinking about having Frank do this.
Dainty Frank. Elegant, graceful Frank.
I was going to have Frank sing My Boo by the Ghost Town DJs.
Hell yeah.
So music and dance competition. There are numerous people performing. What are you going to be dancing, or are you going to be performing on an instrument? What do you have?
Dancing.
You're going to be dancing. Okay. And so the local band is Whirlwind on flute. There is a character that you don't know who she is, but she is a short halfling, and she is playing the fiddle. You got Magiloy on percussion. Min is playing the banjo. Tamily is on a harmonica. Captain Longsaddle is playing a trumpet, and Brelda is singing. And occasionally you can hear another one of the town members. She occasionally just starts singing like harmony as she like walks by, and then just continues her walk, and then we'll do the same like 5 minutes later. Well, go ahead and give me a performance check. Everybody is casting votes, which is their favorite band member performance.
Okay. Performance check.
Yeah, so with a 21, you're doing the damn thing over there. You're really going to town. But when they go to count votes, people were really digging Captain Longsaddle's trumpet, Rin on the banjo, But the actual winner was Greenspoon, the Mighty, and his eccentric dancing at the foot of the band. I mean, you know, look at this guy. Just look at him. You know that motherfucker can dance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you just know that motherfucker can dance. But unfortunately, you got the 4th most votes, right? Just right out of
reach of the money.
And so with that, if nobody has anything to do between or any ideas.
So I cast my vote early before like they even collect votes for Saffi, and then I leave to go give Carmen another beer and drink another beer with him during the performance.
Yeah. And when you walk over there, you see that he's literally only killed 3, and he's having his 4th with you. And now granted, it's only been, we're 3 events deep. It's probably been about an hour and a half, but the rate at which he drank the first half of that first one right in front of you, and then the rate that he's kept up to drinking, I mean, he's not wearing it at all really at this point. But if you guys are hanging out and whatnot prior to the archery competition,
When Frank said that if I wasn't currently in the crafting competition,
you were gonna go do the same thing. You're gonna go with him.
yeah,
No, bet.
Yeah.
That's fine. You are not. The crafting competition was during wrestling, while Frank was actually losing to MFer, and so the music and dance competition is when you guys go over and have a beer with Carmen. Ma, you weren't doing anything during the music and dance competition. Did you want to, or are you just enjoying the music and dance competition?
Well, said I lit a joint and was smoking it in the stands watching the competitions, but I do also vote very early on for Saffi to give it the inclination is obviously this is the performance that everybody should be voting for. Why are we gonna wait around even longer? And then drop my vote in and go back to stands and continue smoking the joint.
So you think it's not even competition, it's just obviously Saffi. All right, so while you are over there and smoking your joint, and Carmen is over here drinking, you see the same elven woman, Alimora Ingleholtz, over there talking with the Cordos Consortium members again. And again, she looks distraught, but this time she doesn't look overtly upset and sad. She just looks worn down. She just looks like she's losing steam and losing ground in whatever animated conversation that they've been having away from people under their breath. Because you can see that they're not enjoying the music. They're away from the festivities. They're at a vendor that's selling vegetables, but snack vegetables for the festival. And ain't nobody want to eat cucumbers while you're walking around a festival. So it's quiet over there.
Can I attempt to eavesdrop on the conversation? Or at least meander around to look as if I'm purchasing something nearby or checking out one of the stalls nearby after I do notice? Or does she leave and after talking with Consortium, and that's when I notice her?
You're somewhat close enough to make out a little bit, and you can kind of read her lips. The Tengu, obviously, not the easiest to read because, beak. But from what you can see, you make out the word audit, you make out the word accident, you make out the word taxes, and then you make out one question or phrase from her, and it's, "And what would you suggest?" And with that, we're going to move on to the archery competition. It is now the archery competition with Gothwin.
All right. Can I actually, real quick, can I try and determine the nature of how she asks, "What do you suggest we do?" Is it more of you're in charge? So what do we do? Or is it kind of snidely, what do you think we should do? Or what do you suggest we should do?
It seems more snide, but like I said, she also seems far more spent at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna relay that to the group as well. I'm gonna say that maybe we should talk to her at some point and see if she needs some sort of help. Or
Yeah, no worries. We are going to the archery contest, which is in honor of the Huntress Asafina menus. And so this is going to go like a high jump competition, basically. And the knife throwing contest is going to work the same way. Basically, the DC is going to start at 16. You have 3 total fails throughout the course of the competition. Every time you make one DC, you progress forward to the next round.
Okay. And would you like me to use my blowgun statistics for this, just the +7?
Yeah, I mean, you would have it's the same, it would be the same thing.
Yeah. All right.
So you can just roll your checks, and until you get to the DC 22, 22 is the placing round. So you got to get to DC 22.
What the fuck, dude?
What?
I rolled a 9.
You got a total of 9.
Yeah. No, yeah, I rolled a 2. That's
Yeah.
Like I said, if it's not anything fucking important, I'll roll a natural 20. But God forbid I need to roll something important.
Well, this isn't a knife throwing contest, this is archery. But regardless, you get 3 total fails, so you can go again.
I'm just gonna roll a d20 plus
Yeah,
7.
that's fine.
Because it wants me to like reload the.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Thing.
Don't do that, because you're gonna waste ammo too.
So that's a 16.
Yep. So you pass that one. You move on to the next one. So now it's an 18.
22.
So 16, 18.
Yep.
22, right?
No, it was.
Oh, that's right. 16, 18. So now the DC is 20. Ooh.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, bro. All right, so now it's 22. You get this one, and you're placing
Oh, 21. Fuck. All right, one more failure.
on the line.
Natural 1. All right, that's it.
All right. So you, just like Saffi, end up coming in 4th place. And just like Frank, you lose to a centaur who you see walking around. Her name is Nala, and she is fairly well known in the town. And then she takes 2nd place, or 3rd place. Franz Frangelico takes 2nd place. And a random hunter whom has never competed before, named Charles, wins. Big red handlebar mustache. Completely bald on the top of his head. But he's got like the priestly, like, he's holding on.
Damn, I wish I knew this. I would have probably would have tried to antagonize him, but to distract him from what. But like, hey, man, I didn't know Asmongold was part of this fucking competition.
The next competition, the 3rd from last competition event, is the tree chopping competition. So who do we got in that? We got Frank. Just Frank. This is a simple damage output challenge. The logs are thick with a hardness of 5 and 40 hit points. The logs cannot be critically hit, and players always have to roll, even though the AC is only 10. If a PC finishes a log in 4 strokes or fewer, they get 1st place. 5 is 2nd, 6 is 3rd. You can use any slashing weapon, but only axes ignore the log's hardness.
Well, thank God I have an axe musket.
Exactly. So what I'm going to need you to do is, I'm going
Strike
to...
with my melee axe musket?
Yes, I'm going to need you to strike with your melee axe musket. Doesn't matter that you don't have a target, don't worry about it. So 12 is a hit. Roll damage. All right, so that is 10 points of damage. Roll another hit, or roll another attack. That is a hit. Roll damage. That is 9 points of damage. So you are at 19 points of damage. I'm going to need you to roll another attack. That is a hit. Roll damage. 12. You are at 31 points of damage. Roll an attack. 10. That is actually a miss, because even though 10 is the AC, a critical fail drops you 1 category. So even though you still hit, you missed because you got a 1. So you don't have any hero points, right? No, you do not. You already used your 1. And after we finish the competitions, we are going to have a break before the events and the speeches. And during the break, everybody will get a hero point, but you won't get it till the break unless you roll a 1. You did. So you'll get a hero point, but you can't spend it on what you got the 1 for. So you do have 1 more hero point now because you got that 1. So roll another attack. All right, that's another hit. Roll damage. 8 points of damage. Wow, and you had 31.
39.
You're at 39. So go ahead and roll an attack, and if you hit it, then you'll take 3rd place. And you do, so you take 3rd place because you can't do less than 1. And so you take 3rd place, which will net you 2 pieces. We are going to the riddling competition. So you will have 15 seconds. I have a timer right here to answer each one of these riddles. 7 of them is correct is first place, 6 is second, 5th is third. Ready?
Yep.
All right. The more you take, the more you leave behind.
I think he answered time.
Okay, heard. Next one. Forward, I am heavy, but backward, I am not.
Dude, that moment you think it's going to be a series of rolls, but you have to figure out the fucking riddles yourself.
Forward, I'm heavy, backward, I am not. 4, 3, 2. Third one. How much in a circular hole 4 feet deep and 2 feet wide?
72 cubic.
All about the house. With his lady he dances, yet he always works and never romances.
This one's easy.
4 seconds. 3,
Easy for you, Sam.
1. Where can you find roads without carts, forests without trees, and cities without houses?
Wait, what?
What is put on a table, cut and shared, but never eaten? You know this one.
Oh, dude, I'm doing the competition for it later.
4, 3, 2. What is always coming but never arrives?
Me on an SS.
Are we allowed to, like, help him?
I cannot focus. God damn it. I need to hear it
I
one
mean,
more
at
time.
this point, yeah, you can definitely help him because we got.
So I just want to say knife for the last one.
And what is always coming but never arrives? I'm gonna run through them all again at the end, and if you can give me any answers then too, then we'll be good. I'll count them. 4, 3, 2. At night I come without being fetched. At day I am lost without being stolen.
Can you say it one more time? Light?
Close.
The sun.
Moonlight?
At night I come without being fetched. At
Oh, the
day
moon.
I am lost without being. Not the moon. 3, 2.
Moonlight?
Nope. What is so fragile that speaking its name will break it?
Silence.
That's 2 that you guys have gotten so far.
You guys.
Well, that Maul has
we
gotten.
started.
It's a team
yeah, we
effort now.
started
This was
talking.
tough, so I'll count this as a team event.
Oh, well, can I answer the fucking the
I'm
one
gonna go-
earlier that was like that's an easy one?
Yeah, I'm gonna go through them from the top. at the
Okay,
end.
okay.
Yeah. He who makes me doesn't want me. He who buys me doesn't use me. He who uses me doesn't know it.
AIDS?
Poison.
I don't. Oh, there you go. That's a good one.
Nope. 2, 1. All right. So all about the house with his lady he dances, yet always he works and never romances.
A poker dealer, a blackjack dealer.
You said future for what is always coming but never arrives. You guys said future, so you did get that one. What is so fragile that speaking its name will break it is silence. So, from the top, the more you take, the more you leave behind is footsteps. Forward I am heavy, but backwards I am not is the word ton. How much dirt is in a circular hole 4 feet deep and 2 feet wide? 0, because it's a hole. All about the house with his lady he dances, yet always he works and never romances is a broom. Where you can find roads, you got that one.
What?
Matt? It's a broom. The woman sweeps all day and never fucks. Where can you
I
find
was
a
thinking
road
you say
without
house,
cards?
so I'm
You
thinking
got
a
Matt.
casino, then dance with a lady, dancing with Lady Luck. Like,
Oh no, I get it. I get where your head was at.
What was that word?
A broom.
A broom. What is put on the table, cut and shared, but never eaten, is a deck of cards. At night I come without being fetched. At day I am lost without being stolen. Is the stars. The moon actually goes away. The stars are just hidden. That's why they're not stolen.
damn, I was thinking that, and I was like, well, that's stupid, Kyle.
And then he who makes me doesn't want me. He who buys me doesn't use me. He who uses me doesn't know it is a casket.
This is a coffin.
Yep. All right, so you guys got 3. So, unfortunately, no placing. So, the penultimate event that has 3 of you competing, Gothwin, Saffi, and Maw, is the obstacle course.
During this, I'm gonna go chug like 3 beers with Carmen. I'm gonna be like, we gotta get right for this knife throwing competition. Let's start chugging some of these.
All right, give me a fortitude check.
Where's
Or
There's
fortitude
fortitude.
save, sorry, not check, save.
I'm gonna use the hero point on that. No, never mind. No, I'll go with it. 10.
All right. So for a 2, for a 10, you are going to fail that fortitude check because you just pounded, even though they're non-alcoholic, you can feel them washing out in your stomach. And so on any dexterity-based check in the obstacle course,
I'm not in the obstacle course.
Frank's not in the obstacle course. It's Mall, Saffi, and Gothwin.
heard,
Yeah, I'm doing this
Heard.
while this is happening.
then you're gonna have another fortitude check right before the knife throwing competition.
Isn't
you
there
failed
one more
this-
comp between this and the next time?
Obstacle course, and then knife throwing is right after obstacle course.
Okay. Damn, I was
So-
gonna make myself throw up.
You can make yourself throw up, and you'll keep the same DC, excuse me, as you had before. It was a 16 because you failed. It was going to be 18 to get rid of it.
Well, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it during the competition. I'm gonna throw up on Carmen.
Okay. It'll still be an 18, and you'll have that -1, but it'll basically just get rid of your knife throwing practice, and you'll still have the same bonus that you normally have if you fail the next fortitude save before that competition.
Okay.
So for the obstacle, in honor of Otari Ilveshti, specifically the one time when he led a whole squad of demon assassins on a merry chase over the rooftops of Absalom to distract them while his allies dealt with a cult of Lamashtu, as you have all heard in song, especially earlier during the competition. That is the song in particular that Rin Savinsky was playing on the banjo. Brelda added the vocals, but it was really Rin's banjo that took it to the next level. It's the rhythm of the obstacle of the chase played on that funky ass banjo. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. That made you able to feel the story that was being told through the lyrics. Regardless, in the chase encounter, you guys are going to have to make a series of checks to overcome obstacles. First obstacle is uneven rolling logs. The second obstacle is down the loading flume. It's been blocked in several places, and each failed check represents lost time with a painful run-in with one of those obstacles that has been placed in front of it. Then you have to swim to the pier. Then you have to go down the docks and up onto the rooftops. And then you have to come back down into the market square, dodging these cloth balls that the children look forward to throwing at the participants every year at the end. If you fail a single check, you get first place. If you fail 2 checks, you get second place. And if you fail 3 checks, you get third place. I'm going to tell you right now, because I haven't been telling you prior, but this is MFR's final event. So you guys ready?
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
You guys all line up at the starting line, which is right next to the river and the water wheel. And as you hear the gunshot, and you guys all take off down the side of the river toward the water wheel, which is currently stopped. They start rolling the logs from the mill down towards you as you guys run towards the stopped water wheel, which you have to then navigate up and over to get into the log flume. So you can use a acrobatics check, a reflex check, or a perception check to get across the rolling logs effectively. And go ahead and narrate to me maneuvering over the logs and then up the water wheel. I'm gonna make your checks visible if you use perception.
Okay. I'm gonna roll acrobatics check, right? Or should I roll reflex?
No, I don't know. Whatever. Your reflex is a +10, your acrobatics is +10.
Okay.
Whatever you feel like doing. All right, so let me make everyone able to see everyone's. So,
Oh, they're supposed to be private. My bad.
I mean, I just want you guys to narrate what happens. So the check was a DC 16. Gothwin got a 21, passed. Saffi got a 14 and failed. That's 10. Moss 7 and passed. Saffi, I think you have a hero point, but go ahead.
Yeah, I do. I'll
I
use
was
it.
just gonna get clarification for what we're currently doing.
Yeah, so picture the mill sitting on the edge of the river, right? And the water wheel attached. You guys are like a quarter mile from the mill, running up the coast of the river towards the mill.
Okay.
At the mill, once you guys started, they started kicking logs down from the mill to roll parallel to the river down at you guys. And you guys have to jump over said logs, continue to maneuver over the logs until you can get to where the water wheel is, and then jump to the water wheel so you can sprint up the log flume.
Can I roll again to hero point?
Yes.
Yeah. Fuck.
Bong.
I'm glad I did that.
You narrate it to me.
I do series lift frumpkins or whatever over the logs as they're coming down the hill. And then I do like a big spinning flip onto the water wheel.
Because you crit, you and Maw crit, actually. Because it's a DC 16. I'm going to tell you the DCs on all of these. You guys are both going to get an additional +1 on the next check. Maw, you want to describe how you...
Sure. As I'm running up the hill from the start, I'm approaching it a little bit apprehensively, not giving it full go just yet. I'm noticing the steady stream of the logs and the pacing of it as it's coming down the hill. And up top, I see a little shit of a kid, like, nudge the kids next to him and point out that a really, really big log that they're gonna roll down. And it's quite heavy, but they do get it, and it veers close to me, but I keep running, and that's when I go full speed. They did a bit of energy at that log, then I use that as my moment to go ham, crank it 10, and I use that pace momentum to make it to the end.
And Gothwin.
So, as the starting gun goes off, I begin to run. And I'm distracted by trying to ensure that Frank is still coercing Carmen into drinking for our last competition. And since I used a reflex saving throw, I notice at the last second that I'm about to crash into one of the rolling logs. And notice that there is a series of rocks that I may be able to get purchase on to get myself over it. So I kind of like jump up and water walk on the rocks like lightly, just so I can get over the log and continue forward.
Sick. As you guys all get to the top of the water wheel and jump to the log flume, you see that it has been blocked in several places. The first place that it has been blocked is a log that is stuck in the log flume, and the water is making it spin. So it's going the proper direction, but it is wet and it is rotating within the log flume itself. Spinny log that you got to run across. And then the next area has a series of rocks and debris that are scattered about. And at the end of it is a fairly large pile, which is causing a dam for at the very last portion of the flume, which has a shit ton of water that's getting blocked by the bit of a dam. Now, the water can get through the dam, so it's still moving, but it's probably like thigh deep for the three of you. And, you're in a trough of moving water that you got to move against, and it's going to be thigh deep, so it's still not, super easy.
I have a question.
What's up?
In this time, would I be able to use my knowledge of engineering, try to make a check to kind of have a better understanding of the inner workings of the dam to give myself some sort of advantage at this point?
So, for this check, you have the option of using acrobatics, athletics, or crafting for that exact reason.
Okay, sweet.
That's literally actually in here.
It's worse than my reflex save, but I'll take it. Fuck my life, dude. Fuck these dice. Fuck these fucking dice, dude.
Well, if you guys get into combat, then you're going to be ready for it, because you're wasting all your bad rolls.
Yeah, I bet.
Oof. Everybody getting hit with even with the +1, that doesn't make it. It's a 16 is the save. Or is the DC. So both of you guys have failed so far.
What were the options? Acrobatics, crafting, and
athletics. All right. And with the 22, Maw makes it. So Maw's going to continue down to the next part of the obstacle course. But you two, do you want to give me another check to progress through?
What does same options?
Yeah, same options. What happened?
You,
so Saffi gets through, and Gothwin still doesn't make it.
All right, so I'm out.
Well, you failed twice. If you could still take third place. Like, Maw hasn't failed at all. We'll say that you and MFer are currently neck and neck because he tripped on the uneven rolling logs and he fell here. And so now you guys are literally basically right next to each other trying to get through this last little bit. So
I'm gonna shout this for Frank and then stab him in the dick.
Are you actually gonna do that, or are you?
No, absolutely not. It's Founders Day. That's for after Founders Day.
And that is a pass. And so the next event, you guys can describe, you especially Gothwin, with your neck and neck run with MFer. because you guys are currently still right next to each other because he also passed. The next part of the obstacle course is the swim. So you guys will jump off the end of the log flume and into the water. So after getting through the last like trough of thigh-deep water, that is the end of the blocked log flume, you jump into the water and have to swim to the pier. So you can describe the run down the log flume, or you can just make your check, or you can do both at the same time. But you can make, for the swim, it's athletics, nature, or survival.
Fuck.
Nature or survival.
And so with that, Gothwin, you do see MFer just start to pull away from you in the water.
I shout after Mom how my cock tastes.
Saffi, on the other hand, continues to crush, and as such, she starts to catch up with Ma.
I'm gonna roll.
You're gonna use a hero point?
Probably drown in this one. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you
Wow.
fucking
Yeah,
kidding me?
welcome to my fucking world.
Wow, that's a 1 in 400 chance? 1 in 400 chance. Oh no, you rolled a 2 twice. So at least it's not a 1, because you're not gonna crit fail. You're not gonna drown. What happened? You're just gonna get caught by Saffi, and so now you guys are both in possession of first place, as opposed to one and then the other. And MFer is behind you by 1 event, basically. Gothwin has now failed 3 checks, but with MFer still there, Gothwin and Ma, you guys can both make your roll to attempt to finish this swim. Or Gothwin, with a 13. Oh, I was gonna say with a 13, you're gonna finish it. You're just gonna fall back a place. But with a 2, you gotta actually pass that, or you gotta get at least closer.
So is that the third one is an athletics check?
It's whatever you want. It's still athletics, nature, or survival.
Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna do it up there. Athletics, even though I only have a +1 bonus.
And with a 10, MFer is going to catch you. And so you can progress to the next event, or the next spot in the obstacle course, even with MFer, or you can make another roll. If you fail the other roll, he's going to pass you. You're going to be in 3rd place. If you make it, then you'll stay a little bit ahead of him.
So the options are go onto the 3rd event, or try and beat him here.
Try and get a little bit of a lead on him right now, yeah.
I'm just gonna go on to the 3rd event.
Heard. From the water, you guys jump out of the water onto the docks, sprint down the docks, and then climb up on top of the fishery roof and jump across a couple roofs. And so this, you're going to use acrobatics or athletics.
Wow. Parkour.
Wow.
What is it? Acrobatics?
Or athletics, yep. Saffi is just running away with it. She's going ham. She vaults onto the roofs like it's nothing. She's got a +10 and she fucking crit again. Second fucking 30 that she's gotten in this obstacle course. Absolutely demolishing. Maw also succeeds, gracefully getting up to the rooftops. Moving on to the last part of the obstacle course. You are going to jump down off of the roofs into the market square. This is when you're going to dodge the balls of wet cloth that's thrown by the children. You can use perception, reflex, or stealth to get through this one. It is a DC 18. Now,
Okay.
Saffi, if you pass, you get gold. Maul,
Okay.
Money?
that is a big money roll. It's perception, reflex save, or stealth.
Okay, got it.
Ooh,
you kidding?
Yeah, by 1, and Gothwin just completely crushes this one. But Saffi, roll again. And this is 1, 2, 3 right here. I got a 7. So he has a +9. So with a 7, that is a 16, which means he failed. Which means if you pass Saffi, which you do, so Saffi's in first, Gothwin's in second, MFer's in third. Or not Gothwin, sorry. Maw's in second, MFer's in third, Gothwin is in fourth. And Gothwin is not actually that far off of MFer. Matter of fact, let's see. No, actually, Gothwin is now dead even with MFer. And if MFer does not pass here, which he does. And so what did you get, a 19? Gothwin, you want to roll off for third place? Flat D20.
Go.
All right, so MFer just barely gets by you at the end. And in all honesty, it looks like you're going to get him. It looks like you're actually going to pass him at the end, or as he's struggling to get through the children throwing the cloth. And As you start to get by him, he throws out a leg and trips you. And so even though you trip and you lose a step on him and he keeps running, all of the children witness this and start booing MFer and only throwing the cloth-soaked balls at MFer while he runs to get third place. And you can hear the murmurs from the children already about how he's not a real hero. But Saffi, you will get 10 gold for being the champion. Oh, you will get 5 gold. And Frank, you owe me a Constitution throw before we go into the final event, the knife throwing competition.
I feel like something really bad's gonna happen in the middle of this competition.
3 of you guys are involved, and you guys have side bets on it, so it in itself is a big deal.
Who else is in it? Saffi?
Yes.
Yes.
So I owe you a fortitude save?
Yes.
All right, and then I'm going to throw up before the competition. I'm not going to throw up on him. I'm not going to beat Dick.
Okay. So throw up right now, and your fortitude save is a 16.
All right. So I threw up now.
Saffi sort of begrudgingly joined the knife throwing competition. Knife throwing isn't really her strong suit, but she's like, I didn't want to do the mushroom finding contest.
And so you're feeling better. The sloshing around in your stomach is gone. It was just from downing 3 carbonated pints in like 5 minutes. It made you feel super bloated. And with this, the knife throw competition is set to begin. This is the last event of the day. And so everyone starts to like circle around. And MFer isn't competing. He's spent from the obstacle course. He's sitting on the side next to Long Saddle. And you see Carmen grab a beer, down a beer, as he's setting up the knife target.
I'm gonna drink my Tunnel Vision Tonic.
What did we say that was?
Tunnel Vision Tonic, minus 10 AC for 10 minutes, plus 2 circumstance bonus to dex-based attacks.
For the same 10 minutes, heard.
There's more ones to roll, don't we worry.
I think I rolled 2 so far today.
Don't forget when you guys are rolling these thrown attacks that you have to add the circumstance bonus. Kyle, you have a +2 from your tonic.
Yep. Oh yeah, it'd still be a +7 for me without the circumstance.
Wait, what would my thrown attack be?
All right. So you guys should have throwing knives in your inventory now. So I just threw 10 in there, and Saffi is last.
What am I rolling?
So I just put throwing knives and equipped them for you. So you are just going to put a throwing knife attack, the thrown attack.
Throwing knife throw. Would it be strike or?
They're both strike, they're both +8, so it's really not going to matter for you. So this is going to work the same way as the archery contest, where you get 3 total fails. DC starts at 16. So Lizard, you got a 26, so that is a pass. You are moving on to the DC 18 round.
Fucking kidding me, dude.
Everybody gets a hero point. We took a break.
I have 2, because I got the 1 crit fail earlier.
Yep.
Bro, why are you throwing it at Greenie? What a Greenie!
Aw, Greenie.
We find Greenie's dead carcass on the rock.
That's not a thing.
With Gothwin's knives just stuck in her butt. Do I get anything from practicing?
Yeah, you get your +1.
All right, so it's this +1. I'm going to redo that. I'm going to use a hero point. Doesn't really matter. 13. All right, so miss.
So yeah, you miss in round 1. And so the first one is actually the one that counts because I didn't know I pressed it twice. So he also passed in the first round. But regardless, it's only a 1 different in the modifier, so he still passed. So Frank, go ahead and throw again.
Gothwin and Frank, we just throwing the knives at people in the crowd.
Hey, we're drunk, dude.
Yeah, we're quote-unquote drunk.
All right. And Frank gets success. So everybody's moving on to the DC 18, and Frank is the only one that used any strikes.
I think I used a strike too.
No, you didn't.
What do you mean by strikes?
Like you get 3 strikes and you lose.
Missing.
Yeah, and you're out.
Okay, I was looking at the verbiage of the throw.
Sorry.
Yeah,
That's
you
why
have to fail.
You get 3 fails.
Yeah. So everybody go ahead and roll again.
Hell yeah, there we go.
Bong. So Gothwin absolutely crushes that one. Moves on to 20.
I also have not blinked the entire time we've been doing this. Not once.
Frank, you got an 18. That is actually a make.
I get +1 on it, right?
Oh, 19, yeah.
Oh, you know the meme with that kid with his strange veins popping out of his head? It's Gothwin, you know.
But Saffi, you still got to roll.
Yeah. Actions. Throw.
And a 19 is a pass. And so the last one is Carmen, and he failed. So he failed that one, so he's got 1 strike.
We go into round 3, I think, right?
Well, he's got to make it, and he does. He nails that one right on the head. With that, the next DC is going to be 20. Both Frank and Carmen have 1 fail. Everybody else is still free and clear. So everybody can go ahead and roll.
I am re-rolling that. I have a hero point.
Bird.
Come on, man. This fucking
And then I get another
bullshit
hero point
rolls.
for re-rolling for rolling that one. No, that's if it saves, right?
If it sticks.
Yeah. So
So Carmen passed on first try. Frank passed with a 20. Last one failed once. And I need to roll for Saffi. And Saffi passed with a 23. So we got Saffi moves on. Gothwin, 1 fail. Frank got it. He's out of hero points. Carmen got it. And so Gothwin, you want to give it another shot?
So let's fail one more time and just get this.
All right. And so now we're on to 22, where everybody needs to roll again.
There you go. There's my 3rd fail. I'm done.
So Carmen fails, Frank succeeds, and Saffi fails. All right, it's getting real. So Carmen has to roll again, Saffi has to roll again, and Carmen fails with a 14. So him and Gothwin are dead even, currently tied for 3rd place. And Saffi has to roll another one. But you just passed that. So you and Frank are moving on to 24. So Frank, you can roll again whenever you're ready. 17 is a fail, so Frank is up to 2 fails. Saffi also failed. So now we are down to the championship round. Winner take all. And Frank fails with an 11. I'll roll this for you, Saffi.
20.
Yeah. Yeah, you got a crit 20.
Thanks.
The champion, the one person that's not in the bet, is the person that wins.
Damn. Sorry, guys.
But that had nothing to do with the bet. I think it was you guys had to beat him.
Him in the bet, yeah.
Gothwin and Carmen are going to have best of 3 to see who gets 3rd place. Gothwin, you want to throw another knife?
You guys waiting on me?
Oh, yeah. You and Carmen are basically going a best of 3 to see who takes 3rd place. Or you can go best. I mean, it's up to you.
Carmen just rolled a 16.
And
Well, you're beating him.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll another one. Ooh, just barely. And last one.
Try to taunt this guy as he's throwing his last one. Can I do that? Actually, no, I don't want to do that. Piss him off.
And Carmen gets Gothwin in the end, but Maw won the bet, if I remember correctly.
Frank
Won the bet. Either Frank or Gothwin have to beat him at the ninth rank. Either. If Frank wins, Carmen forks over 3.5 gold. If Gothwin wins, Carmen gives Frank 7 gold. But if they both lose, it will cost Frank 7 gold. If both win, Carmen gives Frank 10.5 gold, which he would split with Gothwin. All right. And with that, all the events have come to a close. And so now you're just going to get to watch the performance and listen to the announcements and the speeches. So Magiloy comes over and grabs Gothwin, and she goes, "Hey, it's time to head over and start setting up those explosives. The performance is going to start pretty soon. Normally I would have got you earlier, but Morlabent can be a bit indulgent. He's been trying to get his writing career off the ground for years, and this is the excuse he's been looking for, to make us all listen to one of his stories, even if it is historical."
That's fine. I had plenty of time to go into Carmen's stash and chug 4 of those beers in the last 10 minutes,
Bet. Give me a fortitude save.
as expected.
All right. And so you are feeling a little bit drunk. You'll have another check after the speeches. But you and Magiloy are setting up the explosives. Remember, you have the special one for the play. Most of them you'll see are going off during a monster attack that the Roseguard defend Absalom Ford. As you're setting it up, you see the cast starting to assemble. You see Carl Morlebent is getting ready to play Zermabdian, even though he's the member of the couple that doesn't have any magic. He looks super wizardy, so it makes sense. Narala, who is the centaur that I was telling you about, is playing Vol Ranjani, not her own kin, which is interesting, being that Amicia is literally in attendance. Yin Yasmira is playing Otari, as you guys know. Doriana is playing Asafina, her ancestor, and Rin Savinsky is playing Belcora. I mean, you can see that she's getting really into it already. And so James Morlebent makes his way to the stage and starts to narrate. Well, first, he is exactly what Magiloy was talking about. He is very indulgent. He talks about how he's been wanting to put this play on for years, and he's had it written in odd stories, and Carl has read it numerous times, and it's said that it's fantastic, and they've both been looking forward to it, and that afterwards you can come get coffee at their cart for free for watching the play. But then he starts to narrate, and he starts off with a young Vol Ranjani. Although she's not the oldest of the Roseguard, that title belongs to Zarmabdian. She has the most storied young life. Zarmabdian's kind of an anomaly. You know, he's a wizard in every way that you can think of. He kind of showed up, did some wild shit, very eccentric all over the place, and then kind of disappeared, right? But very old. Vol was born a princess. Her country was taken over and she was exiled from her homeland with nothing but her family blade, the Rosa Argentis, which is in possession of the Menheims, as you know, Frank, because Carmen's father had to pawn it. And with nothing more than her family's blade and her rose armor, she struck out on the inner sea, started to make a name for herself as the Rose Knight, saving those in need, avenging those that she could get her hands on that were part of the nation that took her homeland. That brings us to Otari, arrived in Absalom through very different means. He was a street urchin and a grifter until he fell in with some pirates and lived the life of a pirate for his entire young adolescent life. From the time he was like 14 to like 19, he was on the seas. General pirate debauchery. And you see Yin Yasmira acting all this out. Through no fault of his own, his pirate crew took on a boat of holy men and holy warriors and got wrecked. But one of the clerics took mercy on Otari, took him in. It was a cleric of Caden Kalian, saved him, took him under his wing, kind of steered his moral compass to where he started to go out of his way to help people live more of a life of Caden Kalian than just debauchery. Robin Hood, good-hearted, although not always rule-abiding. Safina Menheims was a young huntress, the youngest in the group. Otari was the second youngest, and even he was like 5 or 6 years older than Asafina. She just happened to be at the docks on that day, coming in from the Emmenwood to help with the monster. And finally, Zarmabdian, exactly what I was talking about before. And so when they get to the battle with this monster on the docks, all of those explosions start going off, and Zarmabdian Carl is casting fireballs here or left and right and running all over the place. And you see Doriana Menheims, who's playing Asafina, just exactly as it was when she was eating. Just unbelievably dexterous. Incredible show of skill with a blade, even though she's only like a 17, 18-year-old girl. And although you don't know why it seems that she's so good with the blade, it is a sight to behold, to watch her even just act as Asafina with her rapier. As the production continues, after they defeat the monster, they find out that it was Belcora summoning said monster with the use of the magical artifact, the lighthouse, that you can still make out over the town, only about a 2 hours hike through the fog fen swamp to get to the Gauntlet Keep. It took them many years to track down Belcora. They foiled her at many different corners. Many different maneuvers were made between them. A bunch of minor cults were used as game pieces by Belcora plus her menagerie of monsters. So they finally tracked her down, got down into the vaults beneath the Gauntlet Keep, and put an end to Belcora. And with that, the play comes to an end. Gothwin, do you want to explain when that explosion went off, how it looked, what happened?
Sure. I'm just going to set it off during the crescendo of
The monster battle?
Yeah.
Or the crescendo of the Belcora battle?
But whatever, I guess the Belcora battle, whatever the big ending would be.
And it was the symbol of the Roseguard, right?
Yeah.
And so you see that as Yasmira, who's playing Otari, sacrifices himself to kill Belcora, the explosion that comes off, it almost looks like it comes from his chest, and it is a massive Roseguard symbol. The town loses their fucking mind. They think it's sick. And even Magiloy looks at you with like a bit of awe on her face, which is hard to make out because she's a fucking bird. That we're gonna move to announcements and speeches. So these are gonna go fast because you guys have explored the town a lot, so you know about a bunch of these. But if everybody wants to give me a perception or society check while I'm doing these announcements for some other shit that's going on during the announcements. So the first person to get up there is Longsaddle, and he just continues to reiterate how dangerous the roads to Absalom have gotten with the outlaws, and how they're waylaying travelers with firearms, even if they don't seem to be traders, because the traders aren't moving through them as much, so they're just getting regular people now. The next person to come up and make an announcement is Brelda, and Brelda is just hoping for news for her son. She says, please speak to me. There's a reward involved if you find my son or any news of him. The next person that gets up, though, up there is Kilo, the owner of the Otari Market, which is where most of these vendors are set up right now. And he goes up and just starts screaming about Jal Mesrim, the werewolf that killed his wife 20, 30 years ago. And he says that the price on his head has gone up to 300 gold pieces. 300 gold pieces, it keeps going up. I mean, this is his whole fucking life savings, apparently. Lots of murmurs in the crowd about how he needs to get over it. He's probably long gone. He needs to stop saving up for nothing. Lady Inkelholtz goes up there, and she talks about the need for a school in Otari, and how with the ruins of the Thirsty Alpaca, it's just sitting there waiting to be developed into a school. And so she's announcing that she's going to start fundraising activities to try and turn the Thirsty Alpaca into a school, and any donations or help are appreciated. And then last but not least is the mayor, who gets up there and announces that today is the start of the mayoral race in earnest, and that there will be speeches from each of the three current candidates. But first, he wants to recognize and appreciate MFer, Frank, Ma, Saffi, and Gothwin for their help with all of the problems around town. He makes an announcement about Greenie and Fiverr being accepted and not being harassed, and there's some murmurs. You hear a little bit of unease when that's mentioned. And finally, at the end, is the mayoral speeches. So the first candidate that steps up onto the stage is Greenspoon the Mighty, this guy right here. And he keeps talking about pie and about how we need to shift from the lumber trade to the cow manure trade. Doesn't really make any sense. The next...
Does he have a boot as a hat?
Yeah, he's blue. He's crazy. Constantly drunk. The next candidate that steps up is Carmen. He looks exceptionally composed. You can't tell he's been drinking beer all day. And the speech that he puts on is actually pretty compelling. He talks about how Osif's been the mayor for a long time, and it's no fault of his that he's not upholding what the town needs as mayor. That he has too many priorities, and those priorities are at odds with each other, and what's best for him isn't what's best for the town sometimes, and what's best for the town isn't what's best for him. He talks about how he doesn't even know what the common man in Otari goes through, because he was raised in wealth, and he's not insulting Osif at all. He just seems to be making it out that there needs to be change, and he's been at the helm this whole time, and it just seems not to be working anymore. And he might have lost touch, and it would probably be better for the entire town if he just focused on his business, because that would boost the economy of the town instead of spreading himself too thin and trying to be too many things to this small town at once. When he starts, you can see the crowd around you is a little dismissive. They're not as dismissive as they were with Greenspoon, because his last attempt at running was significantly better than the one before that. And so they're not ignoring him. As they listen to the speech and he gets further and further in, and it's cohesive and relevant and poignant, you can see the consensus of the crowd start to shift from here we go again to this might be a real thing. And as you see him get off the stage, out of the corner of your eye, Saffi, you make out him locking eyes with the Tengu and the Kordos Consortium, and the Kordos Consortium member giving him the nod, like, you did a good job, and then turning around and walking away. And Mayor Osif, and at this point, I mean, it's into the evening. We're talking it's like 5:36. The sun is starting to go down just a little bit. And he gets up there and he starts his speech. And it's not a bad speech. It's just a speech that they've heard before. And it kind of helps Carmen, because the town can see that he might just be phoning in a little bit. He didn't actually expect to be challenged at all, which he reads and he freestyles some bits off the top and mentions Carmen and actually thanks him for the nice words, but then proceeds to mention how he just isn't fit. He has no experience. A lot of people, it seems, they agree with him. That pulled him right back. Like, yeah, no, what are we talking about? This is Carmen Ranjani. But the few that he swayed, it seems like that seemed to make them dig heels in a little bit harder. Seemed to depart the seas a little bit. But as his speech starts to wind down, you hear a cry coming from the north end of the Otari market space where all of the tents and pavilions are set up for the festival. And you can tell that it's Rin, and she's shouting, "The light, the light, the light." And the crowd starts to rumble and move and shift, and some are moving in that direction, some are moving in the opposite direction, and the paces start to pick up as the crowd gets rambunctious.
Can we see what the commotion is about, or is it all just auditory?
You're in a crowd full of 700 people in this Otari market, and people are starting to shout, and you can tell where the shouts are coming from, and you can make out Rin's voice as the start of it to the north.
Well, I guess I would look to the other group members or anybody who's nearby, say that we should venture over and check it out.
I agree. I start booking.
So do you make your way over there?
Yeah, I do.
All right. So as Frank and Mom make their way heading north, they start to see Rin Savinsky standing near the river and pointing towards the Gauntlet Keep. And she's screaming, the light is on, the light is on. And as you look towards the Gauntlet Keep, you can see a stream of blue light coming off of the Gauntlet Keep and shining onto the Otari graveyard.
Do I see Morlabint or anybody within?
The only person that you recognize really is Rin. The Gauntlet Keep is
what does that mean?
Huh?
I'll ask her, what does that mean?
And she just yells, "It's awake, it's awake." And then she starts sprinting towards the Dawnflower Library, which is at the bottom of the cliffs and has stairs that lead up the side of the cliff to...
Well, she's going to where it's shining.
Yes.
Well, wait, what was the Dawnlight Keep? I couldn't hear what you said.
The Gauntlet Keep is the lighthouse that Belcora built that, according to the play you just saw by Morlabin, is what Belcora used to summon monsters. And according to that lullaby that Lizard sent, or that Lizard put in the music box, speaking of Gothwin, give yourself 5 gold, that thing sold. The Gauntlet Keep was used to summon monsters, and when the light comes on, it's awake. It can be used. It's powered up. It's on.
How far away is it?
How far away is the Gauntlet Keep? 2 hours.
Oh, damn. All right. I was going to say, if it's 10 minutes on foot real quick, I was going to run to it, but...
No.
Yeah, no. Happening tonight.
No, the graveyard is 10, 15 minutes on foot. The Gauntlet Keep is 2 hours.
And you can shine from the Gauntlet Keep onto the graveyard. That's that far away?
What?
Did you say the light was coming from the Gauntlet Keep onto the graveyard? And it can shine that hard?
Yeah.
2 hours away? Damn.
Yeah.
That's not a good light source. Well, I mean, it is a good light source, but that's not good.
No, that's magic right there. That sounds like magic.
Well, you gotta realize, I'm a human. I'm a humanoid. I don't have magic. Using straight, pure strength in my opposable thumbs.
But yeah, so what are you guys doing?
Getting our group together and discussing would be the first thing if I'm just with Frank. And then I guess I would say we either should go check it out or learn more about what that is. I mean, do you guys think it could be tied to it's shining that crypt? Is that like by the dungeon that we explored?
No. You guys can look at the map if you want to. I'll show it to you.
Did you update journal
I will after the session's over.
to show that we beat the drunkard at knife throwing?
Oh, yeah.
Because I was just looking at the quests that we have right now, and I saw that up there. I was like, all right, we don't need to worry about that one.
So you guys are in the market.
So, like, those two roads to the top left of the screen are going north.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
You'd head straight in the direction of the Stone Ring Pond for 2 hours, and that's where the Gauntlet Keep is.
So that's more northwest than I would say. Or more west.
Northwest.
Yeah. I just thought you said north. Sorry. Okay. We definitely need to check that out eventually, soon. But we also need to rank up a bit first before we do anything more.
Talk to Ben. He's the druid at the Stone Ring Pond. The guy that I'm staying at, he might know something about that gauntlet.
Yeah, we could go do that.
Proximity wise, it's the closest of things, I guess.
So,
Yeah.
as you guys are discussing this, as the town is breaking into hysterics, and you guys are standing discussing what to do next, you start hearing shouts from the graveyard, from what seem to be like town guards and monks from the Dawnflower Library, shouting that the dead are rising, the dead are rising.
I book it over there. I'm equipping my axe in ready mode as I'm running over there.
At the Otari graveyard?
Mm-hmm.
That's where that's going?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
So Frank is running over to the graveyard by
Well, Frank.
all right.
I'm running over with Frank.
Gothwin and Saffi.
Can I investigate?
They're yelling that the dead are rising in the graveyard.
Oh, they're dead.
Frank and I are running over to check it out.
I guess
I'll
I'll
just
go
look
into
Magiloy.
sneak.
So we're here in, right, the Otari Market is where it's held.
They're right around the Otari Market. You guys are actually probably standing
Yeah.
right around.
And
You're at this point right where the Crook's Nook is.
okay. So yeah, and then this is the graveyard. So we're going up from the beacon is coming from this way, and it's shining all the way up there onto the graveyard. So we're all going to be running to that. Well, Ma and I are, because I think we were closer to it. The one lady who was yelling the light.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like a little bit ahead of you guys.
Okay. I guess I'll head over that way too.
Wait, how do we even get over there? Do we need to go past the manor, or do we
No.
need to go towards the Dawnflower Library?
There's enough space on the Crook's Nook that people can walk by. Trust me, I have asked that question. Enough space this way and on the other side, so that way you can get over this bridge.
Wait, I don't see your marker. And I meant more so how to get to the graveyard from the street view, because Crook's Nook is like right here.
There is a staircase behind the library right there. Or you can go up and around and go that way.
Say that one more time, sir.
I put circles on the map.
There's a staircase behind the library, so we're running to the staircase.
Yeah.
Because you would know about the staircase, you're at the library, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other way is like way longer.
So far. Yeah.
Yeah, it's way farther. So are all of you guys running there?
No, I said that I wanted to go find Magiloy.
You want to go find Magiloy?
Yeah.
She ran to the Crow's Cast.
And shouting, like, we need to create bombs. We need to kill it with fire.
And she's just going to go, we can make them. She just goes into the alchemist workshop and starts making alchemist fire. It's going to take a little bit, though.
Yeah, I'm going to tell her that I can't afford to leave my friends alone. Meet us near the Otari graveyard. I'm sure you'll be able to hear the noise. And I'll break out and start sprinting towards where I think Frank and Ma head.
All right. This is where we are going to end up calling the session. But I'm gonna pull you guys over here in a second. I'm just gonna put you guys down.
And what is Saffi doing?
I think she was coming with you guys, right? Saffi? Yeah. You guys arrive at the Otari graveyard. And as you do, you see an Otari guardsman standing over here. You see him?
Let's see. What?
Hiding behind the, you can like make him out. But you also see a metric shit ton of undead all around the graveyard. You can make out at least 6 undead. We are going to start the next session with a combat with some zombies that are trying to eat flesh.
And that wraps up this episode of 4 Voices, 1 Vault. If you made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you can keep up to date with the campaign. See you next time.